Hey, it's LSFT here today, and today we're here to celebrate the second month ownership of the 2022 Lexus NX450h F-Sport. Like my previous month's update, I will be providing details about my usage, any new observations, and anything that's new that are likes and dislikes. Time really flies when you enjoy something. We are now into the second month. A lot of things have happened this month, and here is the recap. So the first month I've driven 764 kilometers, and at the end of the second month I've driven 2,178 kilometers. That is nearly double the mileage I've driven in the first month. So now my new odometer is 2,178. Being able to drive the car a lot more really gives me more observations that I've found because I haven't babied it as much as the first month. Spring is here and EV range is up. Comparing to the first month of ownership, where the weather was still colder, the warmer weather in the second month brings the EV range higher. The highest EV range I've seen during the second month is 68 kilometers of EV range. This was without the climate system being on. You may ask, can I really drive 68 kilometers of range when Lexus says that we can only drive 61 kilometers or 37 miles? So every time I finish charging, I reset the trip B on the odometer. So in this view, you can see that I've driven 74.1 kilometers with one EV range remaining, which is about 46 miles. This is the result. 74.3 kilometers when the HV mode was activated. And to the folks in the US, it is still 46 miles. Comparing to what is rated at 61 kilometers or 37 miles, and what was observed, the difference is quite significant, 13.3 kilometers or 9 miles. I will need to look at the summer months when it gets hotter and see what the impact is with the battery, and then we'll have to wait till winter, which is probably a few months, about 6 to 7 months later to actually figure out, okay, what does it mean in the winter months? So stay tuned on my monthly ownership videos to see what is the difference. So at the beginning of the second month, subscribers who have watched my first inspection video would know that I had done the first month inspection and installed the Lexus dashcam and completed the RD7 vehicle skid control recall. With that work, I got a new sticker on the side panel. Wonder if cars that have a lot of recalls, will the whole panel be full of stickers? What happens when they run out of space? Just kidding. I hope this doesn't happen to our NX. Depending on your lifestyle, driving a plug-in hybrid, you can really live with using zero fuel when you're going around town just running your errands. I filled up the car 2 times this month. The reason? I went on a trip over one weekend and drove over 800 kilometers. And that was why I've driven 1,400 kilometers this month. I filled up premium gasoline both times, and one time was with Shell, the V Nitro, and one was with Esso Premium 93. After reading up, the 93 grade actually has ethanol, which means I will need to use up the gasoline within 4 to 6 weeks. The good thing is, I only filled 20 liters of Esso gasoline, so I do plan to keep my tank about half full until the winter months. While on the charging side, I have noticed there were times where I wished to have faster charging than 12 hours charging. I found a method to charge the vehicle from empty to full to about 6 hours. Some may already know this method, but stay tuned to one of the videos coming this month to learn more about it. Because I don't charge every day, there will be one day where I am close to empty in EV range and I need to drive out for a longer drive. And at that time, I would need to use gasoline. It may not be a bad thing, since I have to use up the gasoline anyways. But if I really wanted to keep the fuel or the charging price low, keep those bills low, then charging is still the better way. There hasn't been an update this month to the Lexus Interface, and I have encountered a few times where my phone will not connect. Sometimes it's because my car is on and I walked away from the car, came back, and it will not reconnect to my phone. What I had to do was press on that power button so that it will reboot the system, so then it will reconnect. I also found that the screen sensitivity, I had to increase it by 1 so that when I touch the screen it reacts better. Lexus cars are quite solid. However, on the software side, they do need a lot of improvement. So they released a new refresh app at the end of March for the iOS, but then for Android, it came late April. In dark mode, certain things don't work well. You lost functionality. Like I've been able to see how many kilometers do I have left even while charging. Now it only tells me whatever percentage, and then it's slow. There are lots of times where I issued a command and nothing happened. Issued another command, nothing happened. A few minutes later, things starts to happen. And poor Canadians. In the climate app, you were able to set different configurations where I'm not able to do so. In order to see my drive pulse and trips, I had to reset my infotainment and hopefully for it to show up properly. So many issues with it, and I would say it's functional, but it's not top class. I really hope Lexus will watch this video and make some enhancements in this area. Over the past 2 months, I had only one issue, and the issue was with the key fob. After I did a remote start through the app, there were times where I can unlock the vehicle with the key fob, but I cannot start the car. And the only way to do that was to take apart the key fob, pull the battery out, put the battery back in, and then everything started to work properly. This did not happen every single time, so I'll be monitoring this situation. I received the first stone chip when I was on the road trip, and yes, I did not have any protection on the bumper, and it really hurts. This month, the biggest pet peeve was really there's no trip summary in the heads-up display version. I had to power off the car, wait for this charging schedule to disappear in order to see the trip summary. In previous NXs and even versions without the heads-up display, you can see this information and customize what you want to see. But in this version, I can only see it when I power off the vehicle. And if someone actually opened the door and covered it, I would not be able to see this information. I hope Lexus engineers are watching my video so that they can actually correct this. One thing that I really liked is the dynamic radar cruise control and the lane tracing assist. Without that, driving the trip would have been a lot more stressful. The vehicle is superb when trying to keep itself in the lane, driving with the speeds, making the curves. It's almost like you don't have to really do much for it to continue to drive. All you needed to do was monitor the car to make sure that if there's anything that's an emergency, you just need to react. This is definitely a step up from the last generation NX, and I'm very happy with this feature. I think it's a great spot to conclude this second month of ownership. I will continue to provide monthly updates on my ownership of this vehicle as this car continues to attract heads. People would actually turn their heads and look at the color, look at the vehicle. I hope this gives potential buyers some more insights if you're considering an NX or if you're waiting for your NX. You can learn more as you wait. And I do hope that people who are waiting for their NX, your NX will arrive as soon as possible. Hopefully this video is useful for you. Remember to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Remember to click on that bell on the alert so that you get notified when new videos are out. I'll see you next time. Cheers.